First Lady of World Darts, is the first player
25.
into a final on the Women's Series in 2022.
25.
Now we will see who will play her in that final, as Rhian Griffiths of Wales takes on Scotland's Chloe O'Brien, 19 years of age, on her best run ever at the Women's Series. Hadn't made it as far as the quarterfinals before today. Rhian Griffiths
25. Rhian's won the ball.
Good form as well, and from the quarterfinal stage really
first.
was the favourite to play Lisa Ashton in the final. Ashton just getting the better of Lorraine Winstanley with a decent display in the first of our semi-final clashes. So it's first to 5 again. It's Wales v Scotland.
100.
Griffiths v O'Brien, and Lisa Ashton awaits the winner.
Yes, Chris, I'd suggest it's a big moment for both these players.
123.
Both Rhian and Chloe, because they're through to the semi-final of the first event of the Women's Series for this year. And that's a good achievement.
Yeah, actually for Rhian, it's the first ever event of the Women's Series. So
there you go. Good debut.
66.
Yeah, we saw earlier on, didn't we, after playing against Rachel Bird, who, well, started well, and then it all went wrong, and Rhian
60.
was just too strong for her, and she's carried on in that vein as the day's gone on.
Of course, we've got a final to come after this, and then press the reset button because we start event 2 here in Barnsley on this Saturday afternoon.
O'Brien's a rising star, has won plenty of titles in the youth game before progressing onto the women's tour. Haven't yet seen her
36
in one of the biggies. And what a start. She's going to be at worst joint third 41 on the order of merit after the first event.
Yes, plenty to build on. Of course, we have a second event to come, as we mentioned, but yeah, the order of merit will take shape today in our opening day. After 2 events tonight, we'll see
94
pattern emerging, I'm sure.
It's interesting, isn't it, when you look at an order of merit and you've got dominant players like we had Phil Taylor, like we've had Michael Van Gogh, maybe not so much now in the Pro Tour. But if you don't win, you kind of want them to win because it keeps it nice and tight between everybody else. Double top here for Griffiths to take the first leg.
100.
So Lisa Ashton could kind of do a lot of players a favour by going on to take the top prize.
140.
Yes, and now Rhian Griffiths is back for double 10. It's not a bad marker at all, actually, that. And now double 5, which is never easy.
10.
She's gone above, though, so if she is allowed back by Chloe O'Brien, then it's a straight pop at double 5. Treble 20
38
was the target, but there we are. So here's the opportunity now for Rhian Griffiths.
Game shot.
1-0. It's a hold of throw at the first day and the second semi-final.
60.
So it's advantage Rhian Griffiths, and now can Rhian cash in on a slip from Chloe, really, with no treble in that visit? It's a great second dart.
100.
I think the big win for Chloe O'Brien today came in the last 32 when she beat Corinne Hammond.
100.
Twice a runner-up on the Women's Series already.
Yeah, huge result that, isn't it?
And they really looked like the standout name in the bottom half of the draw at that stage, but O'Brien got the better of her, went on to beat Jane Densley as well.
45.
And then Juliet Finlay to reach this semi-final against Griffiths.
45.
A couple of Irish women, Katie Sheldon and Robin Byrne.
As I say, significant moment for both these players to get through to the semis, and for one
40.
of them, it's going to become even more significant by reaching the final of event 1 here in Barnsley at the Barnsley Metrodome. Huge weekend over 2 days in the Women's Series. Reminder, we have the European Tour also live on the stream, and when we finish tonight, then the evening session from Germany will be on
100.
shortly afterwards, there or thereabouts, Chris.
That on stream 1, us here on stream 2 on PDC TV. So when you do finish watching us, don't forget to switch over and enjoy the action
100.
with Dan Dawson and the gang. Still on, treble 20 for double top.
44.
This could be a big moment if Griffiths can clean this up and break the throw, and this semi-final is very much in her control.
16 leaves tops for Rhian Griffiths of Wales.
36.
Well, that would have been very handy indeed to go 2 up. Oh dear, oh dear.
Well, it's a problem
42.
with 60 checkouts, isn't it? You have to hit a big 20, but in doing so you block double top. She tried to find a way around it, but hit a 5, couldn't finish. The leg might be finished in a moment. The leg is finished, and it's a breaker throw for Rhian Griffiths, who leads this match 2-0 and is now 3 legs away from meeting Lisa Ashton in the final.
Well, Rhian Griffiths kept her cool superbly there, and she knows the significance of a break of throw, and over a short format, if she holds here, it'll be 3-0.
45.
It's a sloppy third dart though from Rhian. But yeah, 3-0 cushion in a race to 5 is magnificent. But what a response from Chloe O'Brien. A superbly timed 140. At 2-0 down, she knows she's got to dig deep here. And she did do just then, but that's a good riposte from Rhian Griffiths.
Yeah, neither of them names that we were really talking about before
94.
the tournament started, but Griffiths with the better pedigree, having appeared at the Lakeside on a couple of occasions, having reached the semi-finals in the World Trophy back in 2016.
100.
Lost to Dieter Hedman on that occasion. Hedman, of course, opted not to play in the first 4 Women's Series events of this show.
83.
We'll see if that haunts her or not when the first 12 have been completed.
With Blackpool in mind.
There really is plenty of
60
darts coming up on all tours and the PDC. The Premier League in full swing, the Pro Tour in full swing, the Euro Tour in
41.
full swing. And the Women's Series getting started today as well.
We love it. It's fantastic. Busy, busy time. Treble 20 leaves double 18 for a 156 for Rhian Griffiths.
120.
So close. That would have been something special from Rhian. Will she be back for double 18? She will. And this will
59.
be for a 3-0 lead and go within 2 legs of the final of Event 1 of the Women's Series. There's the target, and there is the finish. Good darts from Rhian Griffiths. 3-0, and I don't think she could have expected that when she was walking towards the streaming board.
100.
Absolutely, and it's a case of it's not how you start, it's how you finish, because in that previous leg, O'Brien started well and seemed to get worse, and Griffiths started poorly and got better and better. Almost taking out the 156, missing
45.
by the narrowest of margins. But there is a big gap opening up in this semi-final.
98.
And I think we're into that kind of territory where we were with Lorraine Winstanley in the previous match, where at 3-0 down you do feel
100.
Chloe has to win this leg.
I don't think there's too much doubt about that, Chris. Absolutely vital with a short format.
78.
Rhian's done what she's had to do. It's been a very professional performance. Raise of the eyebrow. She's not happy with that. Down the board.
58.
Trying to achieve a treble 19, but couldn't quite pull it off.
26. 95.
Who will win to meet Lisa Ashton in the final of this first event of the Women's Series for 2022? Lisa played
60.
brilliantly just a few moments ago to put out Lorraine Winstanley with a superb performance, and she will start the favourite for the final, having put out
59.
a player like Lorraine. Magnificent.
A good position for O'Brien in this, as we described it, must-win leg. She's got 62 remaining.
87.
52 if she comes back. We've already seen Griffiths hit 2 treble 20s and get a dart for a 156. She's not going to do the same for a 144. So O'Brien should, barring a disaster, get 2 darts
60.
at double to get a leg on the board.
Yes. Big moment for her.
Well, that is a disaster. It's only 1 dart at double now.
Game
oh,
shot.
but she pins it. Nicely done. And Maria O'Brien holds a throw and had to at a key moment. But Rhian knows 2 more holds of throw and she's in the final against Lisa Ashton.
140.
What a time to hit it on 40, eh? Superb.
It just does have that really focused, steely, determined look.
28.
Rhian Griffiths just looks the more comfortable in terms of demeanour of the pair of them. I suppose it's easier to look the more comfortable when you're the one with the 3-1 lead.
46.
Just get the sense that Chloe is maybe panicking a little bit more. Doesn't feel like she's done herself credit so far
58.
in the semi-final.
Yeah, chance for Rhian to cash in here. She decided to switch. It's not where she wanted to switch to, though. And
98.
just digs out a treble 19 to almost justify the switch on that occasion.
100.
Nice pace to the Chloe O'Brien throw. Hits the ton just to keep some pressure on Rhian. Reminder, if you have just joined us on the stream,
81.
Lisa Ashton has reached the first final of the women's series today. That'll come up pretty quickly after this semi-final. And then we will go on to event 2 here in Barnsley.
Seven scored.
Well, that really opens a door for O'Brien, only scoring 7 there.
95.
Really the first time that Griffiths hasn't looked composed, and she just put her head in her hands as she walked away from the oche. She can put it right though with the 129, although that chance has now disappeared. So O'Brien will return, and again, if she stays straight, she'll get a dart at the bull at worst.
53.
Well, that's the second time in recent legs that Rhian has hit the wrong treble down the board.
Game shot.
Great stuff from Maria O'Brien, and it's game very much back on here now at 3-2. Well played.
Yeah, really good finish. Clinical stuff from Chloe. Treble 18, double 16, no problem at all. I mentioned she
60.
may get a dart at the bullseye, but got much better than that.
So, and full credit to Chloe O'Brien for working her way back into this superbly. Rhian Griffiths in a great position,
100.
but 3-2 now. Rhian Griffiths leads Chloe O'Brien.
26.
But here's an opportunity for Rhian to cash in. Could do with a treble 20. Staying up there to try and sneak it in,
60.
but only 60.
Winning the last
81.
couple of legs, what O'Brien has done is effectively got the game back on throw. Of course, she would need to break again, assuming she wins this leg, and that assumption is a foolish one because Griffiths is tearing away with a maximum.
180.
What a moment to hit the lot. What a moment from Rhian Griffiths. Pressure on Chloe O'Brien right now.
40.
And this leg is on Chloe O'Brien's throw, remember. So if Rhian Griffiths can set up the finish from here for a 4-2 advantage, she will then have the throw for the match.
50.
Only 50 though.
Yeah, a bit unlucky there, Rhian. Just clattering off the dart in the 20 and diverting them both into the neighbouring segment. Oh, gets the treble. 19 for double 16 or 11 for tops. She chooses the latter. And she takes it out. Incredible leg of darts. A 180 in there and a 111 finish to put Rhian Griffiths on the brink of booking her place in the final.
Absolutely stunning darts from Rhian Griffiths to take out the 111 and go within a leg. Just as Chloe O'Brien had threatened and started looking like she was back in the match.
58.
Could so easily have gone 3 apiece. But now all Rhian Griffiths has to do is hold a nerve.
45.
Against Chloe, and she will face Lisa Ashton in the final in a few moments' time. That's a great first dart, isn't it?
She just seemed to find a range
100.
on that treble 20 in the last couple of legs.
Good time to do it.
Absolutely.
24.
You see just O'Brien getting
She looks frustrated, yeah. Has the belief gone from Chloe O'Brien? She clawed her way back into it. But Rhian's still got some
45.
work to do to get over the line with darts like that.
It's an interesting concept, these back-to-back tournaments as well, because, I mean, we see it at the Development Tour and Challenge
58.
Tour, of course, as well.
Yep.
But everybody, bar one player, starts the next tournament having lost their last match. It's quite interesting. See what effect that has, whether a player can, for example,
41.
O'Brien, if she can just brush this away and go, well, actually, a semi-final run's really good, and I can take that and build in the next tournament.
100.
A good ton for Chloe O'Brien, because Rhian Griffiths is making hard work of this. She needs a treble 20, and you could see as she raised her eyebrows there for a leg that if she wins, she reaches the final. She is really making a mess of this now.
It's 3 successive scores of 40-something. The problem
40
for Chloe is that she had similar at the start of this leg, which has allowed Griffiths these mistakes. Still behind, despite that hat-trick of 40-something visits.
That's better.
100.
She needed that, Chris.
Well, she had a 111 to win the previous leg. What about 112 to win the match?
57.
Why not, indeed? A party piece. Quick check of the scoreboard before she throws. Treble 20 would have left double 16 there.
32.
A miscount, I think, with the last start. Unsure about that route, but shouldn't matter.
59.
All she needs to do is stay straight for a dart at tops. Treble 20 would leave double 10. Another single to finish the job on tops.
Tops the target for Rhian Griffiths to reach the
shot
final,
and
and
the
she has done. That's a big moment for Rhian Griffiths. A magnificent performance.